Okay. Today we commemorate Shloshim, 30 days after the passing of my father-in-law. We commemorate it. We don't celebrate. Because unlike other religions, Judaism never celebrates passing. We celebrate life. Because we very much believe and understand as long as memory of the person is alive, as long as his children are good, the person always lives on. My father-in-law has a wonderful, wonderful daughter, my wife. She should be healthy to 120, who is a daughter of daughters. He has a grandson who did more and took care above and beyond anything I've ever seen of any grandchild. Therefore, he lives on. But today is Shloshim, because the rabbis tell us at the end of 30 days, we have to make a little commemoration, and we drink l'chaim, to life. Another interesting note. It's not a coincidence that this week's portion is the portion of Kedoshim, which means holy. The Torah tells us what to be. It's the only place it doesn't tell us what to do. It tells us, you shall be holy. And then the passage continues and says, you shall be holy because I am the Lord your God and I am holy. Okay, God is holy, we know that, but God is God, we are we. What does it mean, you shall be holy? I'm going to digress a little bit into a story the rabbis tell us, the story of Shimon Bar Yochai, whose birthday we're going to be celebrating in the next few weeks, which is called Lag BaOmer, the 33rd day of the Omer. Shimon Bar Yochai was the lowest or the least of Hillel's students, still a very great man. And running away from the Romans, Rav Shimon Bar Yochai hid in a cave. He hid in the cave for several years. When he came out of the cave, his level of holiness was so high that if a bird flew over his head, the bird fried. We had a fried bird. So the question is, if Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, who is the least of Hillel's students, his holiness is so high, a bird fries. So Hillel, who is the great teacher, if there's a 747 flying overhead, better watch out. But what happens? God tells Rav Shimon Bar Yochai, go back to the cave. You're not ready yet. Or as they say in Russia, ты еще не созрел. So Rav Shimon Bar Yochai goes back in the cave for another year. Then he comes out, and then he is able to greet all men, and nothing burns up. So what is the difference? And then I'll get back to holy, and I'll get back to why I'm telling you the story. When Rav Shimon Bar Yochai came out the first time, he had divine fire. He had a great fire of energy that was so great that it burned even a bird. And God said, no, go back to the cave.